I'm from Savannah, Georgia.
Certain part you represent?
Hitch Village, 55th.
Still currently reside in Savannah, Georgia?
Yeah.
What was it like for you growing up in Savannah? Can you paint that picture for us?
I say rough, you know.
Explain. What was so rough about it?
You know, as far as like the violence and crime, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like growing up in my neighborhood, you know, like his village, you know, from a young person, you know, seeing like violence and crimes and murders and, you know, just a lot of stuff growing up, you know.
Not everybody sees stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you had to experience that, why weren't you able to move? Get away from that sort of thing?
I'm saying my mother moved, but I feel like once you've seen that, you know, it kind of draw you back near that, you know. Sometimes, you know, when you grow up at, you know, it leave a memory stuck in your head, so you just gotta go back to it, you know.
I don't know. Me personally, if something's really bad,
Yeah.
I would never want to experience something bad again.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to kind of gauge how you would be attracted to being back there.
Now, as I look back at it, no, I don't want to go back there, but I always remember it, you know what I'm saying, take it as motivation. Like now, I'm grown now, you know, but when I was young, you know, just went back to it, you know, without learning and understanding, you know, yeah.
Is it still bad out there in Savannah?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, you know, there's murders going on every day. Even mothers getting shot, just is, you know, is turned down there, you know.
You're an adult now.
Yeah.
Why not move?
You know, I got kids down now, so I'm in a different environment now, so, yeah.
Now, you also do music.
Yeah.
How far are you from Atlanta?
Like 4 hours.
Somebody watching this might say, you're 4 hours from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta's a huge capital for music. Why not move to Atlanta?
I thought about it, but I might just do that move though. You know what I'm saying? There's so much, like, a lot going on down here. You know what I'm saying? Like, back home, I'm saying, you know, you got the music scene, you know what I'm saying? It's doing what it does, you know what I'm saying? It's reaching its heights, but, you know, Atlanta a big market, you know? Like, down there, you know, it's a lot of haters, you know? A lot of crowds in the buckets, but, you know, people like, you know, you got this mindset, you should dip, you know? Yeah, I feel like sometimes I'm big down there, but you know what I'm saying? People like, you know, why you being here? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm here, you know, my team, you know what I'm saying? 1K, you know, NBA Mob, you know, what we got going on, you know what I'm saying? Down there as far as like doing the groundwork, but Atlanta might have to be that move, you know? Yeah.
Do you visit?
Yeah, I visit.
How accepting or not accepting the Atlanta music community has been to you so far?
I like it, you know what I'm saying? I got family members here, you know? I remember I first been here when the Crime Mob CD came out, you know what I'm saying? And I seen how that went in the streets, you know, when they had their time. So I'm like, you know, Atlanta done grew, you know what I'm saying? Like, from way back then, it's bigger now, you know? I feel like, you know, here, a lot of people help each other, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter if they even have problems with each other, but they help each other climb up the ladder, you know? Like down there, I don't feel like it's that type of love down there, you know? Because everybody want to shine, but, you know, that's just how it is. But Atlanta might have to be that mood, though, you know? I keep that in mind, though.
It was a rough upbringing for you, as you described. Financially,
Yeah.
How did you grow up?
I grew up without a father, you know. I just met him like a couple of months ago after my grandfather's passed, you know, but I feel like, yeah, that took a big toll on me, you know, not having a father, you know, taking resentment out on my mother, but, you know, as I grew, you know, sometimes, you know, you might not get the answers right there and there, you know, but when I met him, you know, I wanted to hate him, but, you know what I'm saying, I just sat down and talked to him, you know what I'm saying, because you can't have that in your heart, you know, especially if you got stuff going on, you know, good things coming your way. Certain people don't get exposure, you know. Sometimes you gotta suck it up and leave it in Allah's hands, man, and do it better, you know what I'm saying? They have a clear mind, from my understanding.
How old were you when your parents split?
I don't kind of remember, but my mother told me, you know what I'm saying, I was like a hand baby, you know what I'm saying? And they split, you know.
And you live with your mother?
No, I stay on my own.
You didn't live with your mother at all?
Oh, you talking about? Oh! I ain't cope with your ass. Oh,
okay.
yeah, I live with my mother.
Okay, so after your parents had split, when I guess you were young, you stayed with your mom.
Yeah.
Okay, and you never really saw your father?
No, I ain't saw him like 28 years.
28 years?
Yeah.
You saw pictures of him?
Yeah, I saw pictures of him. You know, like memory. You know, try to get the feel of him, but you know, I don't feel like nothing been clicking in there. You know, you gonna want answers when you get older.
Was there another father figure in your life?
Yeah, my mother's husband.
Stepfather?
Yeah.
Okay. How old were you when he came into the picture?
I think I was probably about 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good relationship with your stepfather?
Yeah.
When it comes to that stepfather relationship, there's nightmare stories of stuff like that, and there's good stories of stuff like that. Poor relationships and healthy relationships.
Yeah.
You seem to have had a good relationship with your stepfather. How
Yeah.
come? How did you have a good relationship with your stepfather when there's so many stories of people that have the opposite?
I ain't gonna lie, like, father, like, you know, certain people, when, you know, their mother and father split, you know, they might not want another male figure around, you know, but I felt like that one period of time, but as you know, you gotta get to know somebody. You can't just paint a picture in your head, you know, but you taught me how to be a man, you know. You know what I'm saying? From now and then, you know, going to prison and in and out of trouble, you know what I'm saying? Like, he only told me one time, you know, because he don't did fed time, so he's like, out there in that world, you know, when you become a man, you know what I'm saying, it's grown man choices, you know. So my mother like, you need to be on him, you know. When you're a man, you know, you go out there in the street, you should know the consequences. Then I got jammed. Then I had to figure it out, you know what I'm saying? I was mad, but, you know, those the consequences, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like, you know, having that talk with him, you know what I'm saying, they made me, you know what I'm saying, a man to this day, you know, like moving smarter and stuff like that, how to dodge the system and just stay focused on the goal, you know, doing this music.
He did federal prison time himself.
Yeah.
How much time?
I think he did like 10.
10 years?
Yeah.
This was before he came into your picture?
Yeah.
Okay. What was he in prison for exactly?
Cocaine.
And you eventually did prison time yourself?
Yeah.
And state prison?
Yeah.
How long?
I did like 2 years.
2 years. And what was the charge?
Aggravated assault.
Now, when it comes to your stepfather and having a relationship with a step-parent,
Yeah.
circumstances could be different for everybody. And somebody watching this may be experiencing something similar. Any general advice? Somebody that has to deal with a step-parent in their life. In your case, it was a father, but it could be somebody watching this with a stepmother or something different. Any general advice there to somebody that...
I look at it as, you know, having a step-parent, you know, all I can tell you is just grow with them, you know. Some be better than, you know what I'm saying, actually fathers, you know. I don't seen a lot of shows like when people like give their stepfathers, stepmothers a hard time, you know, because they still grieving over the certain situations. But I feel like, you know, just grow with them, you know what I'm saying? You'll never know what you can learn from them, you know. Some be there harder than, you know what I'm saying, than the real fathers, you know. Every graduation, you know what I'm saying, just every step of the way, you know. I feel like, you know, it's a reason for stepfathers, stepmothers, you know. I feel like just appreciate that, you know. You only get one person, like, to love you, you know what I'm saying, a certain type of way.
Now, when it came to actually meeting your biological father, how did that actually happen?
My grandfather, I think he was going through like a disease at the time, you know what I'm saying? He got sick. And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this, I heard a story, my grandfather like, yeah, he's calling out, you know, but when somebody's old, you're not going to take them serious, you know what I'm saying? You're going to feel like they got problems, you know what I'm saying? They tripping out, but you know what I'm saying? They say, he said he been calling here and there and there, but, you know, when we met up at the funeral, you know what I'm saying? Then I was burying my grandfather that my great-great-grandfather had passed, you know what I'm saying? Then I met him, you know what I'm saying? But at first I ain't wanted to talk to him, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like he was less of a man, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I got kids now. And you know, I feel like ain't no running from responsibility when you create other souls out there, you know what I'm saying? You should feel connection with them, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, but I ain't really wanted to say nothing to him, you know what I'm saying, because of how I felt. So I had pull off in my car, you know, separate myself from everybody, you know what I'm saying.
So initially when you saw him, you didn't have a discussion with him?
No.
How did it come to a point where you actually did?
My Aunt Kay, she stayed here in Atlanta too, so she just told me to, you know what I'm saying, talk to him, you know. You can't keep holding that inside, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's gonna eat on you, you know what I'm saying? And you might react and do the wrong thing, you know what I'm saying, you know? But I sat there, you know, and chop it up and talk with him, told him how I feel, you know, but I don't feel like it clicked to him. And he stayed here in Atlanta, but, well, so I just know, I forgave him, you know what I'm saying, and just kept it moving, that's it.
Mm. Now, when you saw him for the very first time, and just to clarify, it was at that funeral? Was that where you had seen him?
I seen him at my grandmother's house.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? After the funeral.
After the funeral?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that an awkward moment?
Yeah, it was an awkward moment, you know, because everybody say, you know, I look like him, like, you know, spit image twin, you know. It was an awkward moment, you know. Looking at, you know, it's basically like looking at you, you know, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't really knew what to say to him, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, yeah, I got a mother, but, yeah, I got a stepfather, but at the end of the day, you know, I was in the streets. I was raising myself, you know what I'm saying? But I talked to him, you know what I'm saying? Just let him know, you know. I'm doing better than, you know what I'm saying, you feel me? But, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to rub it in his face, but, you know, I just want to let him know, you know, I'm better than you know what I'm saying? You ain't making the mistakes that you made, like, and I got multiple children, you know? Ain't no excuse, you know?
You forgave him. Was he apologetic?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying he shed a little few tears, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, but hey, ain't no hard feelings lost or nothing like that, you know. I look at it like, you gotta get himself together, you know what I'm saying? But I'd be right, you know.
Okay, so after the funeral, you see him for the first time after 28 years in person. Were there words even exchanged, or it was just you guys seeing each other?
I'm saying, yeah, there's words exchanged, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, how you doing? You know, we gonna talk and have a discussion, you know what I'm saying? After we separate from everybody, you know, at the funeral, you know, it's gonna be a lot of people around eating and talking, you know what I'm saying? Basically like the talk in private, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe in being on Front Street with personal business like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to go talk to him in private, you know what I'm saying? I felt in my mind I want to embarrass him, but that's like, I feel like that ain't been the right thing to do, you know, especially, you know what I'm saying? I'm grown now, you know, yeah.
But you actually pulled off that first time.
Yeah, because I was thinking different, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was, you know, smoking and drinking, you know what I'm saying? But I had to dip, you know what I'm saying? Can't go off a rush of feeling, you know what I'm saying? But I just dipped, you know, came back next day, I had to get my mind right.
So you said to him, you guys had words, you said to him, we need to talk in private or something of that nature, but it never got to talking in private because you ended up dipping off.
Yeah.
And then the next day, you guys have the talk?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I regrouped, you know, talked to him, you know, sat down, you know, even smoked the blunt, you know. But I just let him know, you know, I'm doing better, you know what I'm saying? Sure. But, you know, he felt like it was, oh, you know what I'm saying? He expected that, you know? That's why he told me. You know? Yeah.
He was apologetic, but was he remorseful?
Yeah. He was remorseful.
That first time you had seen him and then eventually dipped off, it was an awkward moment. That time when you actually, the next day, when you actually got a chance to really have a discussion with him, was it awkward?
You talking about after, you know what I'm saying, after I pulled off, or you talking about?
Yeah, after you pulled off the next day, you came back and you had that actual discussion. Was it still awkward there, or no, not like the first time?
You know what I'm saying, like the second time, it was great, you know what I'm saying, but the first time, it was awkward, because I look at it like, I felt like they did a little surprise and they knew he was there, you know what I'm saying? I thought, you know what I'm saying, like, oh yeah, you know, he gonna show up, but I ain't had it in my mind, but he was there, so I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Some job like that, you know, like they playing with me or something, you know, but, you know what I'm saying, I had to dip, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to act out of character, you know what I'm saying, especially like around family and kids and stuff like that, you know, especially on my personal problem, you know.
Did you discuss with your mom at all about what was taking place?
Yeah, I discussed with my mom about what was taking place.
What was she thinking?
She asked me, did I get it out? Did I talk to him? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I was like, yeah, I talked to him. You know, it was good. Because, you know, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I had rocky roads relationship with my mom, and like, I feel like, oh yeah, you know, you might be the reason why he left or whatever, stuff like that, but you know, it wasn't that case, you know. Sometimes, you know, a mother's love, you know what I'm saying, different from the father's love, so I like, you know, you probably did that, this and that, but the whole time been him, you know. The person that I'm looking for, you know, like a superhero, but you know, yeah.
What was his reasoning why he wasn't around?
He said, you know, he feel like he said he don't even know how to be a man, you know. I don't know. I don't understand that, you feel me? I don't.
Were you able to get it all out off your chest when you actually had a chance to have that discussion with him?
Yeah, I got it off my chest. You know what I'm saying? I shed a little few tears, you know, been angry, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't put my hands on it, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta respect your elders, you know what I'm saying? I let it out, you know what I'm saying? Certain people can hold it in and might even commit suicide, you know what I'm saying, over stuff like this, you know what I'm saying? But I sat down, you know, it was a rough road, you know, going to prison, in and out of jail, you know, just, you know, living wild, you know what I'm saying? But I sat there and got it out, talked to him, you know what I'm saying, let him know that I went through a journey, you know what I'm saying? The whole 28.
How did you feel after that discussion, after meeting him face to face? What were the emotions after it was complete?
You know what I'm saying? It was good. I took his number, you know what I'm saying? He was telling me he was DJing in Atlanta, you know. He used to be with Outkast, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, you know. I think like Goody Mob, you know what I'm saying, like more the, you know, the ones who originated, you know what I'm saying? Everything was going on right now, you know, like the Godfathers and stuff like that. But other than that, I told them I'd come out here and, you know, support them, check them out, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But I ain't talked to him ever since then, you know.
Has he tried to reach out to you?
You know what I'm saying? He tried to reach out, you know what I'm saying, on a different note, you know. I don't want to discuss the man personal business, but, you know, but other than that, man, I ain't even talked to him no more after that, you know. Everybody got their own views of life, how they want to do it, you know.
Let's say somebody's watching this and has a chance to meet a biological parent
Yeah.
that separated from them. Circumstances also here can be different for everybody, but is there any general advice you have to somebody that's about to meet for the first time in quite some time, one of their biological parents?
All I can give them, you know, I feel like cleanse yourself, you know what I'm saying, before you face that, you know what I'm saying? Because you got some people react different off situations, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like just cleanse yourself, you know, give yourself time to think, you know, before you meet the person, you know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, certain people went through a long journey, you know, in life, you know, but just have a clear mind, you know what I'm saying, before you have a discussion with somebody, you know, you can't just react off how you feel, you know, because you might send yourself to jail or, you know, or whatever, you know.